Get your Bitcoin before it's too late. You wanna know why? And the last information about the crypto world, and smash the like button. It's time for Crypto News, Crypto to the Max with your host for the most, Rodrigo Arnedo. Michael Saylor said it. Get your Bitcoin before there's no Bitcoin left for you. It's true that maybe you still have some time, so that's cool that you're watching this video because he's telling us that for January the 7th, 2035 is going to be over. There's not gonna be way for you to get Bitcoin. It's scarce. It's going to be a liquidity crisis probably. So you wanna get it before there's no Bitcoin left for you. And he says it and he buys more Bitcoin. He just posted, this chart. And when he does this, he buys Bitcoin. Also, Metaplanet bought another 1,000 Bitcoin worth $104 million. It's not just these usual suspects, but also now we know about Northeast Financial. They revealed they bought 7 million worth of Bitcoin. Little by little, every company, every institution seems they're buying Bitcoin, and it seems that for the companies it's a good deal. Why? Because they then go up in the stock market. Like, for example, the blockchain group is now 1,100% over 6 months since the launch of the Bitcoin Treasury strategy. This is called now the Bitcoin effect. Good for them. And it's not just institutions and companies, also prime ministers from countries like Bhutan are endorsing Bitcoin. The prime minister of Bhutan said every government should be mining Bitcoin. It's a simple choice that's earned billions of dollars. Awesome also for Nayib Bukele, El Salvador. He now is showing off that he bought a lot of Bitcoin and now he is in unrealized profit in $357 million. So yeah, where are the critics now? Where is the press saying that he's mad? Well, Nayib Bukele, congratulations on that. And we believe that Panama is next. The mayor of Panama City posted about a Bitcoin reserve after meeting with El Salvador President Bukele. So also the Bukele effect, the Bitcoin effect, and how is that affecting Bitcoin? Well, now we're going to the charts and analyze what's going on. In the last Sunday, we went up like crazy. We went all the way to $107,000, which is just 2% to the all-time high of Bitcoin in 109,400. That means that we were just $2,000, approximately 2,000 to the next all-time high. So crazy, as crazy is Bitcoin, because after that, we are creating an engulfing flung candle, which is not good. We are losing all this profit that we made in just one day. And we are back to $102,000 to $103,000. People say that you have to watch volume, and when you have these spikes with low volume, this calls for manipulation. Of course, we know all about that. And also we know that we had some news on Friday that affected this. Like, for example, how Moody's downgraded United States is huge, and it's huge for the markets. Instability, people lose faith in dollar. But then Treasury Secretary Bessent said, we're going to grow the GDP faster than the debt growth, and that will stabilize the debt to GDP. So yeah, you have some pieces of information that make the market, just concerned, maybe a little worried. But then you have also some pieces of information that are crazy good, like this one. And that's why Bitcoin keeps on moving up and down with this huge volatility right now. And still, people trying to make advantage of all this. President Trump was talking bad about Walmart. You should stop trying to blame tariffs as the reason for rising prices. And what happened to the chart? Well, of course, up, and down. People are taking advantage of this volatility and this manipulation. Also consider that we're still in a very leveraged market with crypto, and whales can move the price up and down. We had this whale that opened a huge long on Bitcoin, 390 million, with a good profit. Right now, it seems it's taking profits, and that's why the market also probably is going down. And as we talk about hyperliquid, remember this triangle, we are watching with it. End of May, it has to decide. Maybe still a good time for buying hyperliquid. You have the link in the description below. I told you everything about this. I'm making like $9 with stabilizer, with the volts, also $1 with the company's vault, and also with kitten swap. I'm making some with the liquidity pools, and so on and so forth. Remember everything in that video where I told you I was buying hype. Of course, not financial advice. But I'm so optimistic, and I have reasons for being like that, because we had the best weekly close in Bitcoin history. This is the weekly chart. You can see here that yes, we were higher in the $109,000, but for the weekly close, this is the best one. It was close past week, but now we have it for good. So we'll see if this week we can be even higher than this 106,500 that was the best. And it might be the case, because if you go to the daily chart again, remember that we were telling you about this triangle. Well, it seems that we are formating the same pattern again. And you can see that we went down and then bounced back and went crazy high. Well, it seems that it's the same. Maybe we just need one more day and then start going up like crazy. What do you think about that? Leave a comment below, and remember to smash the like button and to subscribe, because many of you are not subscribed, and that helped us a lot. Crypto Robert also insanely bullish because of this weekly chart, because you can also see that seems that we usually, with the triangle, made this line with previous closes. And that's the new support for the bounce up. So it seems that we are making just the same. In a week that is going to be the pizza week, of course, 22nd, we're going to have that day for remembering Laszlo and the two pizzas that right now would be worth $1,000 million, which is crazy. But we have more than that. Remember, on the 22nd, precisely on Thursday, Trump is having the dinner with top 220 Trump token holders. So maybe he has some news there. You have to be waiting for Friday's Crypto News show here with Rodrigo Garnido, of course. On Sunday, Jerome Powell is going to speak again. So we might have a lot of volatility the whole week, because today, just Monday, Trump is going to speak with Putin. Coinbase is going to join the S&P 500. Saylor expected to announce another Bitcoin purchase. No, he did already. And the US Senate is going to vote stablecoin bill, the Genius Act. Very important one. Also, last but not least, CME is going to launch XRP futures. Very interesting information you need to know. But also, if you are too optimistic, remember we always have bad news. We still have the gap of the futures in the Bitcoin chart, and we still have this possibility of Bitcoin going down till July. If we go to the Ethereum chart, you can see that we are following it like crazy. So no wonder we can be around 1,500 by August. Still a possibility. Remember, we have a gap for Ethereum at 1,700, even though we closed this one in the 2,300, and we have a positive one that would bring us to 2,500, maybe even today. No one knows what the future holds for us. You can see Europe in the stock market is going up, also gold. Bitcoin was doing very bad at some point today, but seems that it's recovering. And if we compare Bitcoin with the gold, well, consider that one Bitcoin is worth the same as 1 kilogram of gold. Very interested also, because you don't have to carry it with you, being it so heavy. And what about dollar? Remember this chart? Now it seems that dollar is a little bit stronger because of this Trump news, but probably you can see here how it can go down all the way through August. Maybe this is good for Bitcoin. Again, we have some things that tells us that Bitcoin is going to go up, some things that tells us that it's going to go down. The important thing, in my opinion, my advice for myself, is just keep accumulating Bitcoin and maybe other cryptos that right now are at a sale because they are in the red. And where can you buy these ones? Of course, with Bitpanda, the best exchange in Europe, also now moving into other countries. It has more than 600 coins and is the one that I use. So you have the link in the description below. Do not waste more time, and I would advise myself to get some. Maybe Cardano. Charles Hoskinson told us in a very nice conference that my network is going to airdrop 37 million active wallets on Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, BNB, Solana, Avalanche, VAT, and Cardano, some of its token. Maybe you don't know anything about this midnight network. Well, he explained that to us. I'm gonna leave you the whole interview, 21 minutes. Very interested. It's in English, but of course, I'm going to sum up everything for you. He told us that we are creating the fourth generation of blockchains. We had the first one, which was Bitcoin, quite basic, proof of work for monetary transactions and little else. But then we have the second generation, which is captained by Ethereum, where we have smart contracts and dApps. Then we have the third generation, Cardano, with governance, scalability, and sustainability. And now they are creating the fourth one, where we need to integrate DeFi with traditional finance and also take care about privacy, of course. So good to know all about this. He also told us that retail people like you and me are not going to bring money into the sphere this time. It's going to be institutions, countries, states, of course, and we are happy with that. And it's going to come through tokenization. And if you think about that, we have more and more news about it, like this one. Federal Reserve Bank of New York and Bank of International Settlements are testing smart contracts to explore tokenized monetary policy. So if you are FOMOing on Cardano, consider validating with us with our pool, Fanon, and remember that if you don't know how to do it, you can go to fanontheright.com. You see there the pool Cardano section, and you have a video there where I give you a tutorial step by step how to do that. And talking about regulations, bad things coming from UK, they are going to require crypto firms to report all user transactions starting January 2026. This is difficult to materialize, we'll see, because you have out there DeFi, you have cold wallets, quite difficult to follow if it's going to be to the last transaction, but they are trying to get stronger on that. About cold wallets, remember that we have this draw. If you buy a ledger this month, you are participating on a collectible editions from Pungi Penguins. You send me an email to fanontheright@gmail.com telling me the number of the ledger you bought and you are eligible. And talking about regulations, remember, you're running out of time. So many riders, I know, because I see the referral being used. Thank you very much. You help the channel. They are ready for the tax report. If you are not, you're running out of time. You have a 10% discount if you use coin tracking. The only tool, the one I use, the only one that I believe that is going to help you with that. Remember also, you have a 10% discount with the full service if you need the company coin tracking helping you with that. And that's a wrap for today. Maybe you want to find a job like this one where you are so good at it, but you don't have to do much. This cat helping this ticket company while he's waiting for Bitcoin to go to the moon. Remember to keep on learning about AI. I'm recording the new video. Watch them all if you haven't already. And of course, if you missed one of our previous videos, watch them all here about Bitcoin. Rodrigo Arnedo, Noticias Bitcoin, CryptoNews, Fan on the Right, Health, Money, Love, Pouring in Peace, and the best is yet to come. To the moon!